But thanks for everybody who was able to make it right now. For anybody who kind of just joined and didn't read the full message about what this is about, just wanted to kind of do like an open house and kind of give an overview of Divine as a server and make sure that everybody sees, at least to a certain extent, the best way for them to get set up to start using the server. Because there is a good chance that you fall into one of two buckets, which is either you joined and you're not seeing something that we have, like you've seen me tweet about it, you've seen Vince post it on Instagram, and you've seen things be advertised about Divine that you then joined and you can't find them. And so we want to make sure that you can navigate and see and use everything that you were hoping to use. Or you could be in a different bucket, which is you joined, you might be new to reselling, new to Discord, or you just joined for specific features and you're feeling a little overwhelmed. You don't want to be seeing everything that you're currently seeing. And so you could fall into one of those two buckets and find how to use the server most effectively for you. And so I just want to spend the next 10, 15 minutes giving everybody an overview of the server. Once again, I'm going to be doing these more regularly. I'm going to be recording this for anybody who hasn't seen it. So if you can't make it today, I'll try to run another one of these like Wednesday or Thursday, maybe another over the weekend, and make this like a really regular thing. Specifically because I admittedly kind of did book this when Divine's having a team meeting in 20 minutes and didn't have a full amount of time to be taking like Q&A, things like that. My DMs are always open, Scrooge's, Perks, everybody who you might kind of have questions about. We're super happy to help. But this might be a little bit more general of an overview of how to use the server, how to get set up. And then if you want to DM me or hop in another one of these later this week when we maybe have more time, can do a little bit more personal hands-up stuff or hands-on stuff, would love to be able to help you guys with that. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen on Discord so that you guys can see everything that is going on there over on the Discord. And as you can see here, make sure this is popped up. Once you first join, you are going to, if you guys remember, if you've been here for a while, get taken through this like onboarding workflow, for lack of a better term. You're going to get asked, hey, welcome to Divine. How are you looking to increase your income this year? And it's going to get you kind of bucketed, for lack of a better term, into some stock roles. If you're new to Discord, what roles are is they're simply a way for you to either see or not see certain channels or categories, as well as get notified or not get notified when certain things come up. So as you can see here, this 3 p.m. right here, egg tagged ticket flips. If you have the ticket flips role, you then got notified on Discord for ticket flips. If you didn't, then this is a message that you probably didn't get notified about. But I want to kind of dive a little bit deeper in that and show everybody, regardless of the workflow, here's exactly how you can start getting Divine looking exactly the way you want it to look. We have a super cool community feature here, which pretty much allows you to customize. If everybody can see here, the side of my server as we're like scrolling down here, you can have your own custom view. By that, I mean, if you are super into these flip alerts channels and you don't care at all about in-store deals, as you can see here, this is all I see in in-store. I don't care. I'm not a big in-store flipper. I mostly flip stuff online. And so as a result, for the most part, I just only check the in-store important channel. I'm not super into the weeds on the other stuff, but I have every flip alerts channel notified because I'm a big online seller. And here's how you do that. The first thing you're going to do here is go to show channels. To ensure you're getting the most out of Divine, you want to right click channels and roles right here and make sure that you show all channels. That's like a good place to start. And then you're going to whittle it down from there. So if you joined because you wanted the Walmart stock checker or something that, and you didn't know how to locate that or see that, then you do that, you'll see everything, and then we whittle it down from there. And here's how you do it. You start off by showing all channels. Imagine I already clicked that. And then you go to channels and roles. Then you click browse channels. This is what allows you to see every single channel at your disposal once you're in here. And remember, you have to right click here and click show all channels to be able to see everything, or else you're going to be working in a limited set. So as you can see here, there's some channels that you can just follow, and that means every single thing gets enabled. And then there's others that you can kind of turn on and off. And all of them you can follow, but the two that you absolutely have to follow, I think everybody, would be this welcome channel, click follow category, make sure you do that, and then daily schedule. If you unclick follow category, whenever we add a new category, like the 12:30 Eastern PM Funko, the 1 p.m., you won't get notified and you won't even see it. So if you aren't following this category, you're not going to see the new things that we add every single day. Hopefully that you see them in these daily reminders that we post every single morning saying, here's how we make money. But as you can see here, we added some throughout the day, like close this 10 p.m. Eastern keycap. That got added after 8:26 Central, which is when I posted this. And so you wouldn't have seen this if you weren't following this category. So be sure to follow both welcome and daily schedule. But from the rest of it, you then get to create basically your own Discord server from in the terms of channels that you're seeing. So let's say flip alerts you didn't care that much about. And as you can see here, even there might be a couple kind of like hidden channels that you guys might not even see just as I'm a mod and we kind of operate some of this on the back end. But let's click like unclick follow category. And now I can click right here. If I didn't want to see any restock monitors, I can just click restock flips V2. And as you can see here on this dash, they are now disappearing. If I didn't care about flip potential, I click it, it disappears. So not only am I not having to like mute certain channels or categories, I can just remove them from my site entirely. And now I'm only seeing the channels I care about.
No.
And that's like a really helpful thing here as it relates to you being able to set up the server in the way that's going to be the most helpful, the most effective for you. So be sure to be setting up the server the way that you want. Just to give you a couple more instances of that. And once again, if you click follow category, you will then see everything in the server, as well as whenever we add a new channel, you will then get notified. Every now and then, if we add new channels, we say that in like server announcements and server logs, we're letting you know when we do things. But still, if you're already following them, then you're set. You can just get added whenever something happens. And I'll kind of show a couple more examples here, and then we can move on from that, which is once again, in-store flips. All I really follow is in-store important. This is not a super critical part of the server to me personally, because I'm not a big in-store flipper. But if you are a really big in-store person, you can either follow the category, and then you can see here in-store flips, everything just got opened up to me. Or you can unfollow it and then just click more stuff that you care to see here, like the in-store stock check and such like that. Basically, if you go to channels and roles, right click, show all channels, and then go to browse channels, I want everybody in here taking 20 minutes to see everything we have to offer in here, because there's a very good chance that if you joined, you're looking for something, you're not seeing something simply because you haven't enabled this, or there's probably a lot of you that see all of these channels and are just very overwhelmed, like where do I even start? Cool. You don't care about settlements, unclick them. You want to make sure that you get notified about bank promos, enable it. And everything of that sort. Like if you're not a big in-store flipper, do what I do. I pretty much only follow in-store important. And actually, I need to enable this too, in-store stock check. But if you're huge into it, follow the entire category or pick the stores that you care about. Basically, be going through here and creating the server that you want to interact with, nothing more, nothing less. Then from there, be going to roles. So what you are doing here in browse channels is you are setting up the things that you see, the channels that you see, the things that you care about, such as that. When you go to roles, what you are doing is you are setting up the things that you get notified about, you get pinged about. If you're on your phone and you have Discord notifications set up, and just to let you guys know, is kind of like a server-wide notifications thing, the way that I have this set up is I set up the entire channel, and I believe this is default as well on Discord. If it's not, maybe change it, to only get notify me when I get at mentioned, meaning if somebody tags at Kickflips, or they tag at everyone, or if I have the online flips role or the Amazon flips role, if they tag that, I only get notified when something that I care about, they like notify me about. I don't want to get notified every time somebody's posting something in the chat. And you guys likely don't as well. You probably want to set up Divine so that you only get notified when something you care about happens. And that's what you do in roles. So if you care about Amazon flips, you go to your flip roles, you click Amazon flips. And then when we ping at Amazon flips, because something important is happening in Amazon, you get notified. Same thing with sneaker brick flips. If you don't choose that and then we ping sneaker brick flips, you don't get notified. It's literally this process, which should only take 30 minutes or so, in my opinion, but take however much time it does take to do this well, is going to channel roles, showing all channels, and then whittling it down to only show what you want to see, and then go to roles and only get notified when you want to get notified. And that way, ideally, some things might slip through the cracks in terms of, I got notified about this, I don't really care about it too much. But you're not getting notified all of the time about stuff you don't care about, but you also are getting notified specifically about the things you do care about. And so it shouldn't be as overwhelming, but it also shouldn't be you missing things either, because you've taken 30 minutes to set up Divine in such a way that I see the things I want to see. I get notified about things I want to get notified about, like in deals here. If I want to get notified about bank promos, you guys hear me talk about this all the time. Bank promos, studies, webinars, the three biggest slept on channels in the entire Divine server. I feel like most people just sleep on those. I want to get notified about those. So I get in the bank promos role, I click that, and then I get added. You can even see this message here that only I see. I just got added to the bank promos role. Now, whenever anybody tags at bank promos, because I scroll down here to bank promos and I see, okay, yesterday someone, by someone I mean me, posted a way to make $777 at bank promos. Cool. I care about this. Here's a new $777 that I can make. I get notified about that. But then there might be other instances where if somebody doesn't care about this at all, they didn't get notified about this at all, but they can still see, if they set it up so they see bank promos but don't get notified about it, that can be a way for you to kind of, I don't care about this too much, but I still like to scroll through them. That's how we use this, where it's all right, in channels and roles, I get to see the bank promos channel, but maybe I don't want the bank promos roll because I don't want my phone blowing up about stuff like this. It's not time sensitive. But maybe something like the online flips one, which you should have. If you have the online flips roll, which is what we ping here and stuff like, Dead and Co. These were ticket ones, but a lot of big online flips, which we might ping in like Staff Major online flips. Cool. That's time sensitive. These are Taylor Swift's. These sold out almost immediately. I need to get notified about that. That's really important to me. Things like that. So if there's one takeaway from all of this, it is be sure to go through and set up the channel for everything you want to see, which you're going to do by going through all those channels and roles, enabling all of them, and then clicking through them, and then go to roles and set up the server for the things you want to hear, or not hear, but get notified about. And so at the end of the day, our goal is divine. And once again, if anybody has any questions, if they want to know if they're set up right, I'll personally hop on a one-on-one call with you. Like I'm here to make sure every single person in the server joins Divine, starts making money. But they can't do that, or you can't do that if you're not seeing the things that are going to make you money. Because there's 100 different ways to make money. You scroll down here. We have online flips. We have price errors and deals. We have in-store flips. We have online opportunities. We have ticket flipping. We have Amazon. We have Amazon to Amazon. We have sports betting. We have Legos. We have investing and trading. We have too much for you to dive into in 30 minutes. You probably joined for one or several of these things, but we don't want you getting notification on your phone, notification on your phone, notification on your phone about the things that you don't care about that you're not going to use to make you money. And so it's best for, at least now, if you go here and you hide the things you're not using to make money, and then you only show the things you do plan on using to make money, you go to roles and you make sure you're getting notified about the things that are going to make you money. And then perhaps as time goes on, you decide, hey, I click right here. I really do care about stock and trading. I'd like to get into it. I'd like to explore it. So then you can click that, or you can go down here and you can scroll down to our stock trading channels and you can say, all right, these are things that I do care about. I want to get notified about. But the server is going to be significantly overwhelming to you as soon as you join if you don't take this 20, 30 minutes to go here and create the server that you want to see. I think a very common piece of feedback is the server is overwhelming. And that's very true if you don't create the server that you want to see. We want to give you guys a ton of options to create the experience you want to have here and as many ways to make money as possible. But there is such a thing as too much of a good thing too soon, which is if there's 10 ways for you to make money, it's not a bad idea for you to start with 2 or 3 of them in your first month. And then as you're starting to see results, you're starting to get comfortable with the server, with reselling, with Discord even, then we can expand beyond there. And the way that we combat that and the way that you can do that is for you to create the server you want to see by going to channels and roles, by clicking the things you want to see and none of the things you don't want to see, and then by going to roles and setting up your notifications accordingly. That's the way to go about doing that. And so we just want everybody here to be able to have the most profitable experience possible. And that's not going to happen if you're overwhelmed, if you don't know where to go, where to navigate the server, where to find certain things. And then the final thing I wanted to hit on, and once again, if anybody joined late, I do apologize. We have a team meeting in about 10 minutes. And so I don't have time to do live Q&A right now. I plan on doing more of these this week, at least one more this week, as well as my DMs are always open. If you're in here, you're not sure what's happening, you're struggling to make money, DM me. I'm going to make sure you make money. But you need to DM me because I'm not going to know if you guys don't reach out. But the last thing I want to do to make sure everybody understands how to get started, how to navigate Divine, at the top of most of our big channels, and we're working on rolling these out also for some of the other ones further down in the server, is these guides. Every single, I don't know if you call it main category, but at least a lot of these top ones up here, Flip Alerts guides, schedule guide, deals guide, in-store guide, things like that. I think we have online opportunities guide. At the top of every category, if you haven't enabled them, enable them already, or at least start off with enabling them. I personally, this is me talking here, recorded a video. This is going to take you to a video of me showing the entire category, explaining each and every channel and showing how you can make money with them. And then you can also let that inform this channels and roles side where you're, all right, Casey said, Restock Flips does this. I don't really care too much about that. I'll remove it. Oh, Stack Flips Major and Minor. I definitely need those. Sneaker Flips. I like sneakers. I'll enable it. But watch those guides to inform. Here's what each category is about. Here's what each channel in each category is about, and allow it to inform your decision in terms of how you want to use that category. If you want to use that category, if you plan on showing individual channels in that category. And I think a common theme you guys are going to be seeing is if I want to get set up in Divine well and make sure I'm using it to the best of my ability, it might take an hour, which it doesn't even sound like a lot of time, but it might feel like a lot of time to sign up, to see a ton of people making a bunch of money, and you're supposed to spend an hour studying. And the answer is yes. At the end of the day, if you are doing reselling, you are, in a way, on a certain scale, you're starting a business, or you're scaling a business if you already do it. And you should be willing to put in that investment of an hour. If you're not willing to put in 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour to get set up here, well, I struggle to imagine what business you would go to and succeed in very easily not being willing to put an hour to ensure that you're set up for the most success possible. Take 15 minutes to scroll through these channels and these channels right here and see the things you want to see. It might take 25 minutes. It might take 30 minutes. Rolls should probably take 5 minutes, to be honest, maybe 10 to scroll through all here. And then watch these guides. Not a single one of those, I think, is longer than 5 minutes of all these videos that I made. I don't think a single one's longer than 5 minutes, but like be willing to dedicate 1 hour tonight, this week, to do all the things that you need to do to make sure, hey, in terms of my notifications, my setup, what I'm seeing on Divine, my understanding of it, it's firing on all cylinders. I'm willing to commit 1 hour to make sure that I'm not missing a drop that's going to make me $500 profit. And I'm not exaggerating. We had a $900 one last week on a vinyl, single vinyl, to make sure I'm not missing a drop later this week that could have made me $500 profit just because I wouldn't put 1 hour in to make sure that I was properly set up. We're going to do everything we can to throw as many opportunities at you guys to make money here in Divine. And if you're struggling to do so, my DMs are open, Scrooges are open, perks are open. Reach out to somebody who's a staff member. If you guys scroll through Captain Profits, in here, this is like where everybody's making money. If you see people making money, DM them. Like, hey, what's going on here? Like, how did you find this? What channel was this posted in? If you see Capstar going on here, look at everybody who captured this. I think, this was flipping for several times what it was, you could buy it for. Hey, where were you notified of that? Because you bought this for 18 and I want to say these are selling for 70 or so, if I remember off the top of my head. Where'd you get notified? Because I missed this. I don't want to miss the next one. And so when you see things like that in COP where people are making money or profits, people are making money. Hey, I didn't see that. Where did you see it? Like you can literally just type it in the chat. Like, Jake Stanley did this. You can literally just type at Jake Stanley. I don't even know if he's on this call. Like, hey, where'd you find that thing in COP? He'll let you know. Oh, I found it in Staff Flips Minor. I found it in Vinyl Flips. And then okay, I need to go to channels and rolls, and I need to make sure that I see Vinyl Flips. I see Staff Flips Minor. And if I see when they posted it here in Staff Flips Minor, exactly, $17.99, they're now selling for 80, one sold for 100. Cool. I need to have the online flips roll, and I need to have Staff Flips Minor available because when this thing that people made money on was announced, it was posted in Staff Flips Minor, and they tagged online flips. That's clearly a role I need. It's clearly a channel I need because people are making money this way, and I didn't see it. So I need to make sure that next time this happens, and as you can see here, it happens a lot, I need to make sure that I see it. And so that's just a really good kind of like cheat code, for lack of a better term, of cool, go to Copt, go to Profits, whatever you see people making money on, ask them where they found it, where they got notified about it, and make sure that you are then seeing where like the channels for the future. Because if 100 people made a bunch of money on a single channel, you can bet that there's going to be more money to be made in that channel. Or if 100 people made it because they had this role. And as a side note, if you're in the server, you should have the online flips role. That is, in my opinion, if you're into reselling, the most important role to have in the server. If you are seeing people make money in a certain way, find out what channel, find out what role, and make sure you have it. So that's kind of like the overview. Once again, I do apologize for scheduling this at a time when we did have a team meeting coming up. And so I'm not able to take like live Q&A in the Zoom chat. I will be doing a lot more of these in the future. I want to do at least one more this week. I honestly wouldn't mind doing several more. This was recorded. If you came in late, I'm going to be posting it for everybody to see. A-Rod just posted in the chat, I just got 3 free meals under the deals meme. Like go now if you're in premium, like literally right now, I think maybe. It might have literally just gotten posted right here. All right, so he still got 3 free meals. Seems like it's hit or miss. Seems like some people are saying it works, some people are saying it did. But literally like, cool, he just said he got 3 free meals right here worth $150. Cool. Make sure you have the deals main, like you're getting notified about that. Make sure that you have notifications on for it and or can see that channel. If you see people making money, then you need the role, you need the channel. Um, and basically that's how it is. And that's kind of like my final word of encouragement or kind of to put a fire under you guys is we're going to give you guys as many opportunities as possible to make money, but you need to know how to find them. We're here to make sure you know how to find them, but it might require 30 minutes. It might require an hour of setup. And so take that 30 minutes, take that hour, because I mean, just frankly speaking, there's a ton of money to be made here. And it's our job to present it to you guys, but it's your job to make sure that you're able to do with the information what you can. And part of that means seeing it when we present it. And so if anybody has any questions, feel free to DM me. Apologies that I wasn't able to take live Q&A tonight. Usually am able to. I'll be hopping on later this week, at least once, hopefully twice more, do similar things like this. Because if you are new, I understand, especially you haven't done all the things that I said to do tonight, can be a little overwhelming. In a way, it's done so purposefully. We want to have a million ways for you to make money, and then for you to choose the 5 to 10 that you decide to make money on. But that only works if you actually create the server that you want to see by following these steps. So hope everybody has a great rest of their night, makes a lot of money. If you're not, DM me. I'll make sure that you get set up well. But let's have an absolutely awesome week. Happy it's only Monday, so we have a ton more days left this week to crush it. And really glad to have everybody be a part of Divine. Thanks so much.